Hey y'all, what the freak is up? Okay, so it's your girl Zhan and today is our very first episode of Zhan's EyeLine, the podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to Zhan's EyeLine. Everything is from my perspective and how I see it, all that good news. Clearly just a channel just to express my opinion. Now today I am so excited to have our very first podcast episode. I'm your host, the one and only Zhan. Nice to meet you. How you doing? And yeah, your girl's feeling herself because, you know, fresh retwist. Look at the length. Since I've been trying to do this whole podcast thing for so long, I'm kind of hitting like a creator's curve or like, you know, creator's block or something like that. So I'm struggling on what to talk about. Now, for those of you, most of you who are watching this video know me personally because, you know, I'm fresh into this whole world and I'm trying to like expand my content as far as the horizon. Not to be, you know, head ass, but I can talk, okay? Like there's so much going on in my brain and there's so many things that I want to cover. And when you have a lot of things, like as a creative person, when you have a lot of things that you're trying to do and you're trying to like accomplish at once, you know, your head kind of like gets foggy. I decided, why am I thinking so hard? You know, why am I trying to like find a specific thing that's gonna, oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like a nice topic. And I decided, what are you going through right now, Zhan? Like why this sudden urge to really actually pursue your dreams? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what we're gonna talk about today. I was scrolling on TikTok and I was sitting there and a video popped up and it was supposed to be like motivational or whatever, but it was saying, would you rather have 5 years of pain for 60 years of pleasure, or would you have 60 years of pain for 5 years of pleasure? Meaning that like, okay, I'm 21, so most of my content is for like my age range, young adults, whatever. So, you know, I'm in college. It's gonna be my senior year coming up in the fall, and basically, you're just gonna waste away your, you know, your first 5 years of adulthood, partying and all this other stuff, or you're gonna try to grind it out. Because a lot of people our age, you know, if you're in your 20s or whatever, they're all like focused on, you know, some of them, I shall say, are focused on like, you know, trying to enjoy life to the fullest, you know, YOLO, all that other stuff, you know, all them cliches or whatever. Now, my thing is like, everyone wants to have a good time, but you're trying to tee up now in these first 5 years, and then it's just like, what do you have to show for it in the next 5 years, let alone the next 60 years, you know what I'm saying? God willing that we even live that long. Shoot, I don't know. Like, but I don't know, it just like put everything in perspective. Like there's so many things that everyone is trying to do nowadays, like trying to actually get their stuff together. And I just feel like, what if we really just sat down and grind everything out for the next 5 years? Like if you put everything in perspective, like people go to school for 4 years plus to be doctors, you know, whatever. Like they be in school for 12 years, 6 years. I don't know, that's probably kept. I don't know about the 12-year part. Don't quote me on that. I'm just guesstimating and creating my own assumption. But I just feel like if we really just sat down and started working towards what we actually want to do in life, like literally, we can literally go anywhere and it's only up from here. And once you finally have that realization, it's so comforting. Like when you feel like I don't have any kids, I don't have nothing going on, I could literally just go anywhere, I could do anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not do that? Why stick to something that you don't really want to do, a 9-to-5 job? Or why stick to something that you're doing for other people going to college? Because some people don't even go to college for themselves. They do it for their family or their future family. But if that works for you, that's fine. But me, on the other hand, no. I don't know what the heck I'm destined for. Like, I'm still trying to figure that out as, you know, a young adult. But what I do know is definitely destined for greater. For sure. Because, like, doing, like, sitting at a desk job for the majority of my life, I just don't see that happening. But I don't know. I'm very spontaneous, so I like to do a lot of things. But I just felt like that was really like interesting. Like I said, it just gave a whole bunch of perspective. Like 5 years of pain for 60 years of pleasure. Like, of course. Like, but that pain word, like that's the key word now. 5 years of like pure misery, like working those 9 to 5 jobs, and my 5 years are starting now. Like I'm finishing my last year in college. I'm going to try to get an internship or something. I'm gonna try to, get a nice successful job. But during those 5 years, I'm gonna be trying to do that 9 to 5, and I'm gonna be trying to like focus on my other personal dreams, and that's a lot to do in 5 years. And really, 5 years isn't that long of a time, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you have, when you put it in comparison of like your whole life or whatever. But honestly, like, even like all that is cool, but like when you really think about it, that's like, I feel like that puts a lot of pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like on someone who's so young, like the decipher of, oh, should I go to a party or should I really grind out my dreams, or what are my dreams? What do I really want to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like, which that brings me to my next topic, like the whole like anxiety part of it. I just feel like our generation is extremely anxious, and I'm definitely one of those people who are like mad anxious all the freaking time. Like I'm constantly worried about the future and like, am I doing what I'm meant to be doing? What is my purpose? Like just all that stuff. And I just feel like the whole cliche, obviously live in the moment, but can we be real for a second? Let's take a breather. Let's take a minute to check the sunset. All right. How does one live in the moment? Like, let me know in the comments. What do y'all think? Because I'm really genuinely trying to figure out, how do you do that? Because I feel like every day is to prepare you for the next. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know, but that also sounds very depressing, because like if I'm so worried about preparing myself for the next day that's not even promised, you become confused on what the heck you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm supposed to be living in the moment. Then you like panic because you're so worried about, how am I supposed to worry about the now and not worry about the next 60 years? You know what I'm saying? Or even the next 4 years, or the next 3 years, the next year. Like, how am I supposed to focus on the now and not think like, oh shoot, this could have a detrimental impact on my future? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm not the only one who thinks like that, which is crazy, because I feel like people don't talk about that enough. Like, seriously, like, even like people I go to school with, like, I feel like not a lot of them really focus on their mental health as much as they should be. Like, I don't know if it's because they don't really see or value like how important that junk is. Like, this is everything that I'm talking about. Like, the whole aspect of like trying to live in the now and not worry about the future. Like, that can only be achieved by a healthy like mental. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, I am far from all together, despite what some of my peers may think because of how I portray myself in my everyday. But listen, like, if I'm sitting in the now, like, how do you do that? And then you just start tweaking out, but that's neither here nor there. People, like I said, people don't focus on their mental health, and I feel like nowadays everyone is insane. Like, bear with me, y'all. Like, just follow me on this real quick. I know I may like, it may seem like it's not getting to a point, but just stick with me and follow me, and I promise you by the end of the video it's gonna make sense. If not, go crazy on me in the comments, you know what I'm saying? But if you like the rest of this video, if you like what you're watching so far, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more, and I promise, stick with me. It's all gonna make sense. Like, I don't think, like, the definition of sanity is like not the same as I feel like it was like way back when. I don't know when way back when is, but just think like of a past time, and like the way, like, there's no, like, I don't know of anyone who is sane, like, who is just completely like You know, like I just feel like everybody is a little insane, like it's a little crazy, like, which is fair because you have things like freaking TikTok, first of all, has been the biggest eye-opener for way too many people. Like, it's really good. It's kind of sick on how addictive it is, but if you think about it, like, it opens up a lot, like, especially in the conspiracy world, like, it just shows so much different things, so much research, whatever it is, if it's real or if it's not. At least it opens your eyes on what you should all be doing. I really hope and pray that you guys don't always just believe in what you see on the internet. I really hope you don't do that. And I pray that y'all actually take the time to, like, research and look something up. Like, read, y'all. Do something. Read, write, use the common, like, basic skills that we were all taught in elementary school, because that's honestly what's making everybody, like, insane. It's because we're all freaking sitting here believing everything we see on the internet. And even if it looks plausible, if it looks like it's semi-true, we're still sitting there and being like, oh, yeah, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And creating an idea, creating a judgment on someone or something based off of what we're seeing. And looks can be very, very deceiving. But that's neither here nor there. That's just like, I just went on a whole bunny trail. Because it's just like, how, like, check it, yo. Like, if you literally pay attention to every little thing, like, it's so fascinating. Like, the other thing I was looking on TikTok, see, I know I'm insane. I know I'm not sane. Like, I know that. And I'm okay with that. I've accepted it. But I'm trying to be sane. I mean, that's the best thing that, like, a person can ask for, to be honest. But I just feel like TikTok has shown so many things. Like, even, okay, before I started recording, like, there was another thing I saw on TikTok. Obviously, there's this whole thing, like, okay, the earth is a firmament, which, let's look up exactly the definition of that, to be precise, because I don't want to, you know, I want to build a trust here. I don't want y'all to think that I'm just on here BSing. Like, I want y'all to, like, I really be, just follow me. Now, I don't know what defined. Hopefully I spelled that right. A firmament. So, it says the heavens or the sky, especially when regarded as a tangible thing. A sphere or world viewed as a collection of people. See, okay, maybe I should have... This is where more, like, research needs to be done, because, for one, a firmament, like, in the Bible, see, let me stop. I'm getting too deep for y'all. Let me stop while I'm in. In other words, a firmament is a dome. So, what did God mean by a firmament? Firmament in the sky, conceived as a solid dome. Okay, that's all we're gonna read. Because then it says, according to Genesis, God created the firmament to separate the waters above the earth from those below. Dome. That's the key word, is dome here, right? So the previous definition saying, you know, a sphere or world viewed as a collection of people. Yes, it may still be a sphere, but the word dome is the key word here. So now what we're gonna do, what's the let's do dome defined. Let's see what that's in on. A rounded vault. A vault, okay, keyword, a rounded vault, forming the roof of a building or structure, typically with a circular base. The revolving hemispherical roof of an, okay, that's so irrelevant to what I'm trying to go for here. So, what does a dome mean sexually? People also ask that. What does that mean? Y'all look it up for me. I'm not going to look it up right now because I'm trying to stay on point. But yeah, what is, hold on. I'm sorry. Now we have to click on it. What does dome mean sexually? Reference, literal and metaphorically, or head top of any item. Solid or abstract, the word is commonly used in sexual reference or a non-sexual reference that include penetration of an item. Okay. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So, a firmament is a dome. What is a dome? It's a vault. What are we in? We're in a freaking vault. Now, whether you believe scientifically or spiritually or whatever your mindset is, long story short, there's been videos surfaced on TikTok saying that obviously this isn't like a new thing, but saying that like the world is not, we're like basically people haven't been able to go into space or whatever and all this other stuff, and saying that there's no one actually in the, I believe it's the International Space Center or something like that. Something like that. Basically everything's like a green screen. They're like sitting in a studio and they're like making it seem like they're having a little piece of water that's floating, but really it's just like a bouncy green ball. But that's, we already knew this. That's neither here nor there. We already understood that the government be lying to us and that there's a plethora of secrets, that there's probably aliens out there. I mean, who knows? Who knows if there's the world is literally our oyster, and you could literally imagine anything, and it could be that or it could not be that. It could be one thing or it could be another thing. Long story short is that there's more and more stuff coming out. There was even another podcast I was watching. It was like a clip on TikTok saying that there's no actual pictures of the Earth. Like when people are in space, like they're like, I'm gonna look up pictures of the Earth in outer space because all these pictures are like not real. Oh my God. I really don't even know how to explain this for real. Let me search up images because it all makes sense, because all of this is to explain how, since nothing makes sense in the world, all of our, like, there's no way we all can be sane. You follow now? Like, everything is so just like made up. and people, and everything that's made up, everyone wants to call them conspiracies, but those conspiracies could be freaking true. Some of them are like far out and like don't make any sense at all. But the ones that do make sense, I don't call them conspiracies. Like the freaking, there's no real pictures of the Earth. There's no International Space Center for real. Or like, maybe there is. I'm not saying there's not. But people are not constantly in there for this whole like entire time. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? All I know is all of this is confusing our brain cells and our brain files. And we all have terrible freaking mental health. And I'm just here to say, we need to focus on self. That was a crazy way to get to the main point of the video. But literally, everything, we just need to focus on self. Place your hands like this and push them together. And just feel the vibrations of your hands, the rhythm of your body, your soul, your spirit, connecting to each other, and meditate on positive thoughts. Because if we do not focus on our mental health, we are literally screwed. And everything plays a factor into mental health. Like there's 8 dimensions of wealth. Okay, shouts out to being an RA because they taught me at least that. Okay, so there's 8 dimensions to wealth. There's like financial, occupational, freaking physical, obviously emotional, you know, and then however many more to equal up to 8. But if you focus on all of those, like, everything's gonna start making sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like it's important, especially this generation of the 20s, teens, whatever, like, it's gonna be so, like, valuable in the future. Like, obviously, I just began this whole video saying we can't focus too much on the future, we need to focus on the now. But obviously, I also prefaced this video saying that I'm not one of those people. But I just feel like it's important to at least keep something in the back of your mind. Like, I feel like in order to focus in the now, because I'm still trying to learn how to do that, right? So it's just like, if I'm going to be able to do that, I know me, I know Zhan VA. So I know I'm never going to not be able to think about the future, especially as a woman, because I also feel like some women definitely mature more. And I feel like within maturity, you have to prepare for the worst or prepare for anything. I just feel like that's just something that I do. Who is that? Yo, I got like these big windows in my crib, and it's somebody walking. He ain't got no shirt on. He looking good, got a little cap on. Okay, anyway, focus. We need to put matters into our own hands, because that goes with anything, because if you're gonna sit there and constantly worry about what TikTok is saying, what I'm saying at that point. But one thing that I feel like is valuable after all this like nonsense I just spoke right now is just put matters into your own hands. Whether it's your future, whether it's your mental health, whatever the heck it is, put it into your own hands, because you literally have the power to do anything. Like, you can literally do anything you wanted to, especially when you're in your freaking 20s. You can literally do anything. That is the prime time for most people. Like, it's the best time to make mistakes, to freaking learn from your mistakes. Everyone is so worried about failure. Who cares? Like, I've been trying to do this YouTube stuff for 3 years now, and I actually got a good job now so I can invest. I've already spent a bag on all the gadgets and gadgets, and I still don't know what the heck I'm doing. But I can do that because it's my time to trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all the 20s is. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like if we focus so much on what other people are telling us and we're not doing the work ourselves to educate ourselves, to learn about what's actually going on in our surroundings, in our environment, then we're just becoming freaking NPCs. Like, you see on TikTok, people freaking sitting there going like this the whole time. Thank you for the likes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just becoming freaking computer robots. Like, no, we're creative people. Like, you're a human. Like, be valuable. Shoot. Do something with your life. No, I'm just saying. It was a long, like, thing to get here, a long bunny trail to get here. But I just feel like if we really just sit down and just, like, worry about what we want. Stop, especially, like, I'm a very, like, kind person, despite I feel like everybody's saying I'm mean. I don't think I'm mean. I think I'm really nice, and I bend over backwards like a lot of people. So it's just like I'm nice, and I feel like I be so worried about making sure everyone else is good and not pouring into myself. And so it's just like, even if I probably almost fully believe that there is no International Space Center, there is no one out there, maybe, plausibly, probably the moon landing was fake. I mean, shoot, who knows? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna do some more research into that, and I'm gonna get back to y'all. I'm gonna, like, make a reel or something like that, because I need to do a deep dive into the moon landing. But anyway, all of that to say is that there's so many, like, especially in America, like, there's so many things that are constantly being thrown at us at once, and everything is fast-paced compared to, like, third world countries or other places. But it's just like, there's so much information out there that we have access to. You know what I'm saying? And we're just sitting here and just taking whatever they say, oh yeah, it is, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we be, like, active people in the stance of, like, okay, there's so many things going on. Let's make an educated decision based off of some type of research. You know what I'm saying? You could read, like, a couple lines of an article, but it's just like, just don't sit there, because, like I said, you're gonna go crazy. You know how I know? It's because I'm going crazy at the moment. Like, that's why I'm making this video. We all understand that the world is getting crazier and crazier by the day, by the year. You know what I'm saying? Especially after COVID, I just feel like that was such a shocker for everything. Like a lot of people, I'm gonna speak for myself. I freaking was just like, there's no way there could be, like, a freaking plague like that in the 21st century. Like, that just I couldn't comprehend that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. It's freaking like the bubonic plague. Like, I mean, who would have thought something like that could happen in the 21st century? Because I'm sitting here thinking, like, we going out of space. We got all this technology. We got freaking more than one freaking Einsteins in this world. So it's just like, how are we getting sick like this? And we're not being able to come to a conclusion faster. We weren't being able to come to a conclusion faster. So I just feel like something's not right and something's not adding up, because we're all humans and we all have a brain and we all struggle with our own mental health, whatever that may be. And I feel like since we're so focused on other things than ourselves, this is where the insaneness comes, along with looking at everything on social media and being like, you know what I'm saying? But here I am. Like, I'm not going to let this define, like, I still believe, obviously, the earth is a sphere and all this other stuff. And I'm pretty sure we're still in a galaxy, and that galaxy has a freaking universe. And, you know, there's probably multiple universes, you know, multiverse, all of this stuff. Like, I still believe in all that. But I'm just saying, I just found it interesting because it's just like more and more things keep, like, coming up nowadays. And honestly, I feel like there should be one, going back to like how there's no real pictures of the earth, like I just feel like there should be like one like finite picture of like this is the earth, you know what I'm saying, instead of like a whole bunch of variation. Like there has to, unless there isn't, like if there is, y'all let me know in the comments. Like, and if you made it this far in the video, you're a real one, but, and I love you. But, like, if there's a place where you can find, like, just the earth, you know what I'm saying? Like, because there's no way all these is, like, there's a picture right here of the freaking earth and, like, the moon is in the back. Like, what angle are you getting that from? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously that's not real. But, and most of these you can clearly tell aren't real because they're all, like, trippy and stuff like that. But I just hope that you all were able to, like, retain something of what I said, and that you understand that your sanity, your mental health is important. Now, despite my delivery of this message, please understand that it's important for you. And don't waste your time trying to, don't keep thinking, I could do it a year from now. I could do it in a couple of months. There's no better time than the now. I've been trying to do this type of thing for the longest time, and I eventually was just like, you know what, I'm going to just do it now. Because why the heck not? And like I said at the beginning of this video, do it now for the first 5 years so that you can rest up and have pleasure for the next 60 years. You know what I'm saying? You can be chill, you can relax. You know what I'm saying? The goal for us, for me, I'm retiring by the age of 40. Like, I have 20 years to do whatever. So whether my scale or whatever is different, my 5 years is longer than your 5 years, just grind it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still, it's all about time management and a plethora of other things, but you can still have fun and focus on yourself and do all the things that you want to do. It's just balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still go to that party. You may not be able to go to the party next weekend because maybe you need to record a video, or maybe you need to do some homework, or maybe you need to do some reading or some research to see if the earth is actually, you know, what they say the earth looks like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's up to you. But use your time wisely, because that's the biggest thing that costs the most is time. Like, everyone wants to do all these things for money and all this other stuff. I'm just trying to make the most of the time that I have here. Because even though tomorrow is not promised and I'm always worried about tomorrow, every day is a new chance for me to figure out and learn how to live in the now and to keep myself sane. And you got this. Don't let this be a Debbie Downer. Let this be a motivator. Let this be 5 years, despite everything I said, 5 years of play, 60 years of pleasure, that can be your motto. You know what I'm saying? Let that be your freaking quote of the year. Like, and grind towards that. What are we sitting here doing? Like, come on now. After all that being said, and I took up however much time that I've taken, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I love you, and I just, you know, the typical things YouTubers say: like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified. Make sure you share the video, and I hope you learned something today and you took something from what I said, and you got a little glimpse of how, you know, my eyeline, my perspective, what's on my horizon. That's all I'm worried about right now is mental health, sanity, and time. First episode down, so many more to go. I read something where it's just like, if you get past, I believe, like 20 episodes or something like that, then you are already in the 1% of like all podcasters, because some people don't make it. So that's gonna be my motivator. The goal right now is to get to like, maybe it's past 30 episodes. Today is July 24th, 2023. So on the 24th in 2024 of July, I don't know how to calculate. Wait, there's a year, there's 360. How many weeks? There's 52 weeks. Yeah, if I do an episode a week, maybe we can get to, let's be more realistic, because you know, I don't want to bite off too much more than I could chew, because I'm still in my last year of college. But I'll say, but from now to then, I can have 30 episodes. That's not an episode a week, because there's 52 weeks in a year. That gives me 20 weeks, because I'm also going to be creating other content, vlogging. That's probably the other stuff, because all the other stuff I do is going to be on TikTok. So yeah, 30 episodes in a year. Y'all gonna rock with me?